The local shoe manufacturing industry has been on the decline since the liberalization of the market and the overflow of Mutumba or second-hand shoes. Many tanneries and shoemakers closed down as they could not compete with the cheap second-hand shoes and artificial leather, especially from East Asia's giants. But following the creation of a task force by the then permanent secretary in the Ministry of Industrialization, John Nyandoro, to work on the revamping of the collapsed sector, the sector is slowly getting back on its feet. One such entrepreneur now housed by the Kenya Industrial Estate is Charles Ng'ethe, the managing director of Anchor Footwear, a man who has seen it all after his multi-million venture closed in 1999. However, with proper education and skilled workforce, these players' expertise is the reason behind their success.
One needs to learn to understand the materials. I have done tanning, I have done rubber technology, I have done the processing of the making of adhesives.
Contrary to the belief of many, the industry processes need a lot of skilled labor, right from where the leather leaves the tannery.
The one who is doing the cutting, he understands leather, he knows how to check the leather, which area to cut what, because the various areas of the shoe require to be cut from a particular area of the leather.
As I learned, the work of converting hide to leather starts long before the cow is slaughtered.
As far as the farmers are concerned, I would suggest that they take great care of their animals, that they don't graze them where there are thorny bushes, because they tend to put permanent scratches on leather. And also they should watch out for ticks, because tick marks leave permanent marks on the leather, and this reduces the value of the leather. Butchers should also be extra careful to avoid cutting the leather when flaying.
And for anyone who wishes to get into the industry, the first challenge is starting capital, as almost every machine is imported and sourcing of funds is not easy. Setting up of such a company will cost you at least 1.5 million shillings. But with you making around 50 pairs a day, you can be able to break even in the next 36 months. And with little knowledge among citizens of genuine leather, the shoemaker who has just less than a year since coming back is not finding it easy to get into the now overcrowded market.
I would like to state categorically that there is nothing like man-made leather. It's a generation of plastics, and they are not very healthy for the feet.
Ng'ethe now proposes that legislation be put in place to force manufacturers and shoes getting into the market to be labeled and to clearly show what substance the shoe is made of.
There should be a way of making the manufacturers state what materials they have used.
But before the law is out to protect the consumers, here are a few tips for anyone who wishes to authenticate the quality and the genuineness of leather.
Those who are genuine, they would have a piece of leather, and if you try to burn it, leather will not burn. But plastic will burn quickly and it will curl. The feel of the leather is always there, but that again is a question of skill.
The other request from the industry stakeholders to the government is for policies to be put in place to facilitate access to easy funding.
Cheaper funds be available to small-scale manufacturers, because funding from the bank is very expensive and it is also short-term.
Currently, the company manufactures shoes for only men, but in the long term, when investments are easier to find, the company hopes it can also manufacture women's shoes, which change fashion fast, hence need more money to sustain such a campaign. Kamau Mbote, Channel 1, this week.